Mm-mm. Hello. Hello. There we go. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in at this profound time, as my friend Caroline Casey would describe it, a time of dire beauty. Profound time where there is so much pain and suffering and beauty at the same time, in many different ways. So if you are just tuning in, I'd love it if you go ahead and type in the little chat where you're tuning in from, so we can get a little glimpse as to who is tuning in. While you're doing that, my name is Nick Lasky, and I am a professional psychic and astrologer based here in Richmond, Virginia. And I have been leading these meditations mostly twice a week for the past several months. And recently we switched to every Wednesday night. And originally it's been to help to spread calmness and harmony and peace throughout the intensity of the pandemic. And now we find ourselves in a very different kind of pandemic world, or at least the global focus. And it hasn't been a shift for many people, but now there's a great revolution that we all see happening. And I want to talk a little bit at the end after the meditation. And I want to invite everybody, if you would like to have a discussion about what is going on about the state of the United States or the world, especially in regards to racial justice and brutality, and being in solidarity with our Black brothers and sisters. Then I invite you to join me and a few other people on here, Natalie and Susan, on Sunday at the Society Awakening Souls, my Sunday guided meditation circle. And that's donation based. So it's this Sunday, every Sunday at noon. If you're interested, then please join us. We'll have more of a discussion. The focus of tonight is a meditation and really a collective prayer for bringing healing to something that has been wrong in our country and globally, but especially here, being in the United States, for hundreds and hundreds of years. So firstly, I would just like to acknowledge that as I remember last time we did the meditation, it was right after the video of George Floyd being murdered came out. And so I remember processing that. But, it is a powerful time where we, I believe, as a nation, as a people, as a collective, have a profound opportunity to rise up into greater equity, equality, consciousness, having empathy and compassion and love for all life, for everyone. And this is a very historic moment, and I see many beautiful things that are happening. And I want to go a little bit more into a discussion afterwards, and I want to share some really powerful words from a fabulous lady. But let's go ahead and get started with the meditation. So go ahead and find yourself in a comfortable position. I highly recommend to sit with your back relatively straight. And if you prefer, you can lay down, but I really recommend to sit up just to keep yourself awake and alert. And go ahead and adjust yourself, and however you need to. If you need to stretch your neck, your arms, take a moment to really bring yourself into a relaxed position. Let's just take a big breath in through the nose together. And any tension, all the stress, the negativity, the intensity, big release. Open up the mouth and release. Breathing in. And a big release. Once again, taking a big breath in through the nose. And a release. So I'd like us to, as we begin with our meditation, take a moment to simply sit with yourself. Whatever has been coming up for you this past week, especially, whatever actions you've been taking, whatever you've been doing, give yourself just this little brief period of time to really slow down and reconnect with yourself. So I'll invite you in this moment of time to allow whatever you have been feeling, whatever has been coming up for you, allow yourself to sit with it in this moment. Whether it is pain, anger, whether it is frustration, confusion, whether it is a profound sense of community and gratitude. Whatever you've been processing, wherever is coming up for you right now, let's just give space to really feel it without any judgment. Whatever you're feeling, be with it, no matter how uncomfortable. And in the next moment of time, take a big breath once again through the nose and a big release. Allowing yourself now to really relax. And once again, bring your awareness down to the base of your spine or to the bottom of your feet and send an energy line down from your root down into the earth. We're going to take a moment to bring ourselves into harmony, into alignment with the earth. Feeling yourself connecting with the earth, feeling yourself profoundly supported as you simply breathe and you image the connection with the earth, feeling yourself relaxing. And I'll begin to count from 10 to 0. And when I reach 0, you'll be deeper in this connection with your own natural state, with your own natural blueprint, which is one of harmony. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Profoundly now, relax. Connecting with your breath. And in the next moment of time, bring awareness now to the center of your chest, your heart center. And as you breathe profoundly, begin to image a sphere of light in your heart center, expanding. This is a ball of light like a sun, pure love, pure unconditional love from your heart center. And it continues to expand until the sphere of light fills the entirety of your body. And then in the next moment of time, you are completely wrapped in this sphere of loving light. You're wrapped in this warm glow, almost as if you are back in the womb. Every breath that you take, every single thing that you do, you're being nourished. No matter what you do, you're being nourished by this light. And in the next moment of time, breathe profoundly and allow this light to expand beyond you to fill the entirety of the space that you are in. Allow it to expand to fill the entirety of your home or whatever structure you may be in at this time. Allow it to expand beyond the structure to the surrounding neighborhood or to the wilderness around you. Imaging this glowing sphere of light, of loving light, and it continues to grow until it fills the entirety of your community, your city, or your county. And let's just stay here for a moment of time. For each person is a microcosm of their community, and each community is a microcosm of the country and then of the earth. So as so many communities are in profound amount of pain, let's just breathe profoundly. Whatever community you are connected with, or your local community, your city, your county, wherever you may be, for a moment of time, really emanate light. Emanate this love to everyone in your community. That they receive the love, that they receive this glowing light, that they feel appreciated and loved and respected. And breathe profoundly once again. And in the next moment of time, allow the light to expand, to fill the entirety of the state or the province that you are in. And in the next moment of time, it continues to expand, filling the entirety of the country that you are in. And for those of you here in the United States, visualize this glowing love across the United States. The love piercing through any hatred, through any ignorance, allowing the love to be the predominant force as it flows throughout the country. And then the next moment of time, breathe profoundly and imagine that the light fills the entirety of the planet. All of the earth, all of humanity is wrapped in this light that is so needed at this time. So for a few moments, allow yourself to breathe profoundly and emanate this glowing light of love. Allow it to pierce through every individual on the planet, every place on the earth. And wherever you feel in this moment of time, whoever you feel in this moment of time needs light the most, go ahead and focus upon them. Sending light, envisioning light being received. And in the next moment of time, I'll begin to offer our collective prayer to emanate outward to all of humanity. And if you haven't already, go ahead and visualize other bright points of light across the country, across the other continents, these other spiritual practitioners focusing their intention upon healing and love in all relations at this time, in justice. Connect with this grid. And then once again, breathe profoundly. And I'll begin to offer particular blessings, prayers, intentions to emanate. So in this moment of time, this hour of profound crisis, pivot point in humanity, we acknowledge the profound pain and suffering and oppression that has been inflicted upon Black people, all people of color, Indigenous people, and especially in this moment of time, Black people, Black brothers and sisters. So in this moment of time, let us send healing light and loving energy to our brothers and sisters in the Black community, your friends, your students, your teachers, your community members. Maybe visualize, focus upon someone that you know. Maybe it's your mother, maybe it's your son. Visualize and focus upon one person or a few people that can then represent the entirety, that represent sending it out to the entirety of the Black community, whether they're here in the United States or across the globe. And breathing profoundly and sending this loving energy. Let us hold the intention in this moment of time that love overpowers hatred. Let us send a special blessing in this moment of time planting a seed for a deepening of the education, true education in our country and across the world, of systemic racism, of systemic oppression. May our education to our children, to our adults, everyone deepen, that we understand, that we truly can teach ourselves and learn and to educate others the truth. Breathing profoundly, emanating out the intention for profound education to rise. Let us emanate the intention for profound healing of the tension in all major cities, in all communities of race relations. May there be profound righteous action swiftly to bring justice in whatever form it can manifest, to bring profound harmony and justice for our brothers and sisters of color, especially for our Black brothers and sisters, that action be taken swiftly to bring justice. Breathing profoundly, emanating this. May everyone in a marginalized community receive the support, the tools, the finances, the education, the food, the access, everything that they need to thrive. May that occur quickly and swiftly in these days to come. May those individuals that are ignorant, that may have racism from their conditioning, that they've been taught, that they've learned, may there be a crack that invites in the light. May there be an opening to deepen their compassion. May this profound unfolding on the planet open their sense of empathy for all life on the planet, all humans. Breathing profoundly. Let us send a special blessing of light to all those in the Black community, to the communities of color, to the disadvantaged communities that are profoundly in pain and suffering at this time, processing a profound ancestral pain, as I said earlier, that has been passed down for hundreds of years of oppression. May they know peace. May they know justice. May they know love. May they receive love from their brothers and sisters who may not look like them. Let's hold space and emanate light for this healing, for this pain, for this suffering, for this anger. And let us hold now a period of silence for those that have lost their lives due to racism, due to systemic oppression, or those that have family members that have lost their lives, Specifically in this moment of time, let us hold this silence for George Floyd, for Ahmaud Arbery, for all those that have given their life at the hands of ignorance and oppression. Let's just have a moment of silence for them and their families. Once again, let us take a deep breath. And for a few moments of time, continue with this image of the light surrounding all of humanity. Continue for a few moments in silence, focusing upon emanating out any intentions, any prayers, any blessings that you would like, that you feel called to at this time, or simply emanating light. So be it. So gently now allow yourself to let go of that visualization and gently bring your awareness back to your body, back to the place of your sitting. Now begin to count from 1 to 10. When I reach 10, you'll be awake and alert, back in the space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Adjusting yourself, stretching. 8, 9, taking a final deep breath in. And 10. So I'm offering a little bit of Palo Santo right now to enhance our prayers and to enhance the spirit of purification at this time, and as an offering to the spirits. So I would like to share a tiny little section that is very profound and pertinent in, I believe, educating ourselves right now from the late, great poet laureate, Toni Morrison. And this is hello from RVA. Yes, yes. So this is Toni Morrison's, she shared a list of 10 items of how certain groups of people end up marginalized, how you marginalize a certain group of people. So, and this is really important, I believe. So, she says something perhaps like this. Number 1, construct an internal enemy as both focus and diversion. I offered Palo Santo, by the way, Amber. Number 1, construct an internal enemy as both focus and diversion. Number 2, isolate demonize the enemy by unleashing and protecting the utterance of overt and coded name calling and verbal abuse. Employ ad hominem attacks as legitimate charges against that enemy. So this is like saying all Black people are violent. This is something that has been perpetuated since slavery. So that's number 2. Number 3, enlist and create sources and distributors of information who are willing to reinforce the demonizing process because it is profitable, because it grants power, and because it works. Maybe do we have for-profit prison system or media narratives that paint a certain picture? Number 4, palisade all art forms, monitor, discredit, or expel those that challenge or destabilize processes of demonization and deification. So that's taken away that's taken away the arts. Number 5, subvert and malign all representatives of and sympathizers with this constructed enemy, right? So back in the days of legalized slavery in the United States, that was, killing the abolitionists or shaming them, but especially killing them too. And so that is, in these days, that is any kind of, subvertive, or even in a subtle way, making those that stand up feel afraid. Notice the protests. Number 6, solicit from among the enemy collaborators who agree with and can sanitize the dispossession process. Number 7, pathologize the enemy in scholarly and popular mediums. Recycle, for example, scientific racism and the myths of racial superiority in order to naturalize the pathology. Really, that speaks for itself. Number 8, criminalize the enemy. Then prepare, budget for, and rationalize the building of holding arenas for the enemy, especially its males and absolutely its children. Again, our for-profit prisons, and even the extreme underfunding and access and quality of education in inner cities that are primarily minority children, or lower socioeconomic communities. Number 9, reward mindlessness and apathy with monumentalized entertainments and with little pleasures. Tiny seductions, a few minutes on television, a few lines in the press, a little pseudo success, the illusion of power and influence, a little fun, a little style, a little consequence. So that is just random television. And in my perspective as well, a lot with social media too, that is just a bunch of nonsense and a bunch of distractions away from things that are really important. And then it takes something like what's happening right now, or the blatant innocent murders captured on film, to really mobilize people into what's really important, even though it's been happening for hundreds of years, and clearly. But when you have a distracted public, it's harder to bring them together. Number 10, and this is the biggest one: maintain at all costs silence. So this is one of the things that I absolutely agree is incredibly important right now, especially for those of us that are white, that are white males, that have any kind of privilege from the system. It is important for us to do what we can to support our brothers and sisters that are not supported by the system in the same way. And whether that means saying something, speaking out, posting something. I'm not a huge fan of social media, but I think it's actually really powerful right now, though I don't like it. But whether that means taking some kind of action, whether that means going out and protesting, whatever you feel to be your truth right now, it's important to take action and speak up. And whether I was in a circle where we were brainstorming about what are appropriate actions to take, and someone was talking about, you know, you know, when you're with somebody in a just relaxed setting and you have a friend or a family member, you got your racist uncle or your racist friend, as they described it, calling them out, allowing yourself to really step into that uncomfortability and call it out, because there's no place for it. And no matter how uncomfortable it may make you, having a conversation like that, imagine what one action like that, what kind of seed it can plant into that person, what kind of seed it plants for someone watching, for someone that's around, or for children, and especially if there is someone that is being discriminated against there, you have to step up to support them, because they will then know that they are supported, because right now the system and the society is such that they do not know that they are supported. Even if you believe in your heart of hearts that you are with and you support Black people and you support the different sexualities, whether you're gay or straight or transgender or Asian or whatever, or disabled, whatever it may be, if you know within your truth that you believe you're an ally, it is profoundly important, in my understanding, to take action upon that, not just to be that. Yes, to be that, but being that means taking action when you need to, when the situation arises. So, one of the things that I've also been really understanding right now, or in this past week and a half, is about lifting up voices of Black people, especially coming from a white perspective. Now, I have ancestry that is quite oppressed as well, but in this moment, and always, it's important that we come together and support each other. We're in solidarity with each other. But part of that, I think, especially as many of us are probably white people, is not having to be the authority, or not having to be the focus or coming up with the right thing. It's about lifting up and supporting, our brothers and sisters of color that we believe in, and giving them the space to lead, right? And I will also just say this, that I do not agree at all with violence and with looting. But to keep things in perspective, okay, this nation, this world that we're in, this country, was founded on looting, okay? The First Nations of this land had everything looted: their land, their people, their bodies, their languages, right? Then in 1619, the first slave ship came here. A whole group of Black people brought here unwillingly into forced slavery. that was looting. So for hundreds of years, there's been looting. And I'm not saying that I agree with looting and breaking things and violence, because I don't. But just to keep perspective, that's what this country has been founded on. So it's really not a surprise to me what's unfolding right now. Yes, I absolutely wish for peace. I believe in the power of peaceful protest and speaking up. But I think what's important is what you focus on. Is what you put your attention on most, is what you focus on. And I think the biggest thing to focus on right now is racial justice and being in solidarity with our Black brothers and sisters, supporting them, and doing what you feel in your truth right now is in alignment with that. So, as I said, I'm sure many people have all kinds of opinions about that. If you want to have a discussion, I fully invite you to join on Sunday at noon Eastern Time. The Society Awakening Souls. You can find the Zoom link for that at aquarianbookshop.com. This is meant more as a collective prayer and meditation. But if you'd like to have a discussion and connect in that way, then join us on Sunday. Anyways, please be safe, everybody. Please speak up against oppression, against racism. Please educate yourself. And if you're white, I highly encourage you to listen, to sit back and listen. Yeah. So thank everybody so much for tuning in. And, I highly recommend, again, meditate every day, pray very deeply every day, visualize every day the world, the country, the community that you envision to be one of harmony and balance and beauty and equity. It's time to go deeper into our spiritual practices, and also our spirituality and our practices now are about taking action too. But it's always important to come back to yourself with meditation, with whatever, counting mantra, lighting candles, breathing. It's important to do that. And I hope everybody has a wonderful evening. And let us go deeper into rising up in courage at this time. I think that's a huge thing of what's unfolding, is courage is rising in those that have been oppressed. So have a good night, everybody. I love you all. Join us on Sunday if you would like to talk.